Get ready for a weekend of action here in Japan at the Suzuka International Raceway. In this video, we'll be looking at whether Mercedes could potentially get another podium, which I think they can. And, of course, my top 10 driver prediction. Breaking news as well, just announced. Piastri is going to sign with McLaren, so his contract with them will end in 2026. And Ricciardo and Tsunoda have now been signed on for 2024 with AlphaTauri, which I think is a bad decision. I think they should have booted Tsunoda because he's only scored 3 points over the entire season, and Liam Lawson already has 2 points in just the first 2 race weekends. And then this weekend in Japan, he could score even more. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, guys, if you enjoyed this video. All eyes, of course, will be on Yuki Tsunoda this weekend, as it is his home race, and the Japanese love him a lot. Now, if you have ever watched the Japan race, Drive to Survive, or been there, you'll know that there is lots of cool hats, like DRS hats being worn and everything there. Now, the weather forecast is looking like it will be raining on Friday, sunny on Saturday, and sunny on Sunday. And Suzuka is known for usually having wet Grand Prix, so that's nice for a change. Now, here's Lewis. I just made a little stop motion, and he's showing you what the wet weather tyre looks like. Looks like we will not be needing that, though. Yeah, just thought I'd try that, and there's the car rolling away. Now, I don't think Mercedes can get I don't think they can get a victory this weekend. Sorry, Lewis, and George. But I think they can get a podium. You know, they've been doing pretty well, like, since Singapore. They've been doing quite well. Now, anyway, enough of that. Here is the Suzuka information. So, we have 18 turns, 1 DRS zone, which makes it a bit harder for Red Bull, but it is a very interesting circuit, very flowy. Now, the circuit length is 5.87 kilometers. They do 53 laps. First GP was 1986. The race distance is 307.4, and the lap record was set by Lewis Hamilton in 2019. Now, the 2022 race results was Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Ocon, Hamilton, Vettel, Alonso, Russell, Latifi, Norris, Ricciardo, Stroll, and, you know, Yuki Tsunoda, Magnussen, Bottas, Guan Yu Zhou, Schumacher, Gasly. He was hit with the 20-second time penalty for speeding during red flags. That very naughty of him. Now, my top 10 drivers. I think Verstappen will win because they were saying that it was a setup issue in Singapore, which is fairly believable because their car was sliding around a lot. Then I think Sainz, you know, if they don't win, I think they can definitely get a podium. Ferrari's doing really well. I mean, obviously they are because they won in Singapore, and a Ferrari of all cars. If you want to see the Singapore Grand Prix review, go to Flawless F1 on YouTube and check it out. Norris, you know, he's in a McLaren. The car gets better and better every time, so I really think he can definitely get a podium. He was 3rd in Singapore. Perez, you know, I mean, I don't know what to say about him. He's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, he's fairly good. He has got a Red Bull to back him, so he should be able to get into the top 10. Leclerc, Ferrari, get in there, boy. Get in the top 10. Now, Russell, which is next. I think, you know, apart from crashing out in Singapore, he would have got the 3rd spot on the podium, and that was then given to Hamilton, but, you know, because he crashed. But I think he can really get in there. Russell can definitely be in the top 10. Piastri, you know, he's an Aussie. Woo, go Australia. I'm Australian. So, again, McLaren to back the car. It gets better and better every time. He's having new upgrades come to his car in Suzuka, and those upgrades came from Lando Norris's in Singapore. Nico Hülkenberg, first time you'll see him in my top 10. But yes, because I think, you know, they've been doing pretty good. I saw the practice 1 results. He seemed to be doing fairly well. Again, Albon, same as Hülkenberg. He's got just enough of a car to back him to get into the top 10. You know, he has scored a few points. Lawson, just because he's the reserve driver doesn't mean he's amazing, from New Zealand. And I saw the practice 1 results. He was pretty fast. He was good in Singapore, first point score ever, and he actually has scored more points. Like, he's nearly scored more points than Yuki Tsunoda. And please guys, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And by the way, I just found a new way to watch the qualifying sessions and race replays for free, actually, which, you know, because I'm traveling around Australia, we don't have an awful lot of time to watch things live, and we don't really want to pay for the money in case we miss. So go on to KO and set up a KO freebies account. It's totally free, and you can watch all of these replays on tons of sports, not just Formula 1, like supercars and everything.